Alright, Section 4, non-pressurized tanker cars. Non-pressurized tanker cars are often the general super for the low-pressure tankers that are used to transport wide regulated hazardous material, dangerous goods, as well as non-regulated commodities. Class DOT 111, 115, AR 206, and 211 are non-pressurized tanker cars used to transport with regulated hazardous material, dangerous goods, and non-regulated commodities. The most common non-pressurized tanker cars are used today in Class DOT 111 and Class AR 211. Class DOT 111 tanker cars made of carbon and alloy stainless steel are required to have a minimum shell thickness of 7/16 of an inch that has been made of aluminum alloy, required a minimum steel thickness of 1/2 inch of the 60 psi G tank for the pressure and 5/8 inch 100 psi G tank pressure, regardless of the amount of material. The construction of the class of 111 tank car with a 60 psi G tank pressure are required to have the minimum burst pressure of 240 degrees psi G. Those that would have 100 psi G tank pressure are required to have the minimum burst pressure of 500 psi G. Note that the class DOT 103 and 104 and the AR 203 are distinguished by expansion domes on the top of the tank, not to be confused with the protective housing, and may continue the surface if they meet the applicable requirements of the Department of Transportation Hazardous Material Regulation, Title 49, in effect for September 30th, 2003. However, no new construction is authorized. Association of American Railroads Class 203W fusion welded tanker cars similar to Class DOT 103 tanker cars are authorized for transportation of certain hazardous materials, dangerous goods due to their age, and few, if any, Class 103, 104, and 203 tanker cars remain in service. Are your Class Associated American Railroad 211 tanker cars are similar to Class DOT 111 tanker cars, that certain expectations must be built according to the applicable to the Department of Transportation Canada specification AR 211A 100W1 or tanker car must be built with the requirements for the specification DOT 111A 101 W1 tanker car. The main difference between the AR tanker car is the specification counterpart. The classification AR 211 tanker car's tank require only partial and post-welded heat treatment at the time of the construction. Class DOT 111 carbon alloy steel tanks welded attachments must be post-welded heated treated to as a unit. The tanker must be made of aluminum alloy and are not allowed to be post-welded heated treated. Classes AR 211 tanker car tanks constructed with the carbon alloy steel do not require radioscopic examination of welded joints. However, the welded joints with aluminum tanks must be examined. Additional special fittings on the AR cars are to meet the user needs. Non-pressure cars have been low-profile man-weight nozzles on the top of the tank equipped with a gasketed hinge. Bottled man-way cover. The cover is open for the unloading and loading for access into the tank of the maintenance. Other styles of the man-way covers, such as those sulfuric hydrochloric acid tanks, are similar, permanently attached to the man-way nozzle and or equipped with the smallest gasket hinged in the bottled fill hole with a cover that is open with the loading and unloading. Loading and unloading fittings are typically located in general area of the manway and often closed with a hinge combination housing closed called protective housing, the Department of Transportation Regulation, but are commonly called the bed box or the mailbox. Some of the non-pressure tanker cars may be equipped with protective housing similar to those used in the pressure tanker cars to provide additional protection for the valves and fittings. On non-pressure tanker cars, the top mount of the loading and unloading equipment will usually include 2 or 3 inches liquid induction line located along the center of the tank. The liquid induction line consists of the liquid valve or other closure of the education or siphon pipe that extends to the bottom of the tank, and then education pipe may be extended into the sump. The sump is formed by the depression of the bowl into the bottom of the tank, where the landing will drain and allow the more complete empty of the tank. There may also be a smaller induction line, typically a 1-inch called the airline or air inlet vapor valve, then used to introduce the compressed gases, air, and nitrogen into the pressurized tank for the unloading through the liquid induction line. This device may also be used to vent the tank during loading and unloading. Other fittings may be included with the vacuum relief valve, with 1/4-inch sample line with a gauging device, slip tube, the magnetic ball sow, and fixed length of the tailpipe with a control needle valve. The interior of the tank may be equipped with the outer gauge and a manway nozzle, usually graduated in inches of the out gauge. On the pressure tank cars in some services, the e.g. sulfuric acid liquid education line or the airline fittings may not have control valves because they are closed with the pipe. The caps, plugs, or pine flanges. Pressure reducing devices or reclosing pressure relief valves and non-reclosing safety vents may be attached to the top of the tank to separate the nozzle and attached to the manway cover or the pressure plate. Except for the certain specification, non-pressurized tanks may be equipped with a bottom outlet valve for the loading and unloading. These valves may be ball, wafer, or wafer sphere or butterfly style valves that are operated from the beneath the car. They may also be plugged on clapper style valves that are operated with the top of the tank. See page 38. The top operated bottom of the outlet valve has the valve at the bottom of the tank. The rod passes through the tank that connects with the stuffing box body with the top of the tank. Stuffing box body is equipped with a combination cover with a wrench with a T-wrench and a cone used on the open and close the valve. Certification specification non-pressure tank of the cars may be equipped with the bottom washout that can be removed and facilitate the cleaning of the tank's interior. It is not used in loading and unloading operation. Depending on their protection from the bottom of the tank or shell, bottom of the outlet, blind flange, washout, and some refer to the bottom discontinues applied with the sub-still tank cars may be required to have this bottom fitting protection. Typically, the protection is provided with attaching skids to the bottom of the tank protecting the fitting of the event of derailment. So the non-pressurized tank cars are also equipped with skids to protect there from the top. Fittings non-pressure. Non-pressure tanks may have an insulation, typically fiberglass, mineral wood planks of foam applied over the tank and then closed with a metal jacket. For Class DOT 11115 and AR 206, the insulation applied between the inner and outer tank per regulation with the jacket may not be less than 111 gauge thickness. Insulation is used with the temperature landing during the temperature transportation, e.g. to keep the landing of the cool or warm depending upon its characteristic season of the year, as is an aid for the heating of the product for unloading. Non-pressurized tanks can be also equipped with the exterior heater coils prior to unloading. The steam, hot water, and hot oil lines attached with the coil inlet outlets. The heating and the medium circulates through the coils and heats and liquid that melts and solidifies landing. And the phosphorus, sulfur, melt wax, and asphalt facilities unloading interior heating and coil inlet outlet pipes are required to have the caps and plugs applied during the transportation. Exterior heater coils do not require caps. The car must be stenciled exterior heater pipes, inlet or outlet pipe caps required. Some of the non-pressure tanks are equipped with the electrical resistant heater systems in the heater coils. Non-pressure single unit type of the tank cars may be divided into two compartments, inserting ellipsoid heads into the tank shell. Heads must be concave at the landing of each of the compartment by joints separately constructed the tanks to make a single car structure. Each of the compartment will have its own loading and unloading fittings of the pressure release device. These compartments must be identified numerically, beginning with the B end at the end of the car with a handbrake wheel. Compartment is necessary with one number consecutively toward the A end of without the brake wheel. Note that unlike highway cargo tanker cars, the tanker compartments are not constructed applying the interior walls within a single tank. Further, unlike some of the cargo tanker cars do not have interior baffles to control landing surges. Your Class DOT 11115 and AR 206 non-pressurized tanks have interior container tank construction with the carbon steel alloy, stainless steel, magnesium, non-molybdenum steel, aluminum inner tank is supported with an outer shell tank not jacketed. The annular space between the inner tank and the outer tank contains insulation. These cars are commonly referred to as tanks within the tank, as the outer shell tank is constructed in the same manner as the tank of the car. The tank is not merely a metal jacket covering an insulated tank. Class DOT 11115 and 115 cars of the outer tank may be fabricated with the same materials authorized, but the inner tanks must be at least 7/16 of an inch thick. For the Class AR 206, the cars of the outer tank must be fabricated with carbon steel. They must be divided into compartments having the 60 psi G tank pressure. Additional loading and unloading pressure relief devices. They must be equipped with a bottom outlet without and or bottom washout. These tank cars are normally used in transportation temperature sensitive commodities requiring high efficiency insulation systems. Alright, let me zoom in on this. Alright, the top shows the multiple housing nozzle covers 75%, number 75 safety valve, man weighs 670 to 75 safety valve, top grading of 12 and 5.5 feet, 4-inch interval bottom outlet valve, 110-inch inside diameter, 17-inch thick, and it shows the truck center overstrikes and the coupled lengths. Capacity and weight and net capacity at the 2% outage of 29.348 gallons. Estimated light weight 667,000 pounds. Railroad load limit 1,000 ton trucks or 263,000 pounds. Commodity maximum density truck capacity 100 tons. Wheelbase 5 foot by 10 inch, non-commonly called it weight of the gallon 6.68 hashtag. Alright, your DOT number for alcohol and methanol services, and then 229.947 gallon capacity, non-insulated. Copyright General American Transportation Corporation, reprinted with permission. Note that no nomenclature used in the illustration may not also be consistent with that used in the text of the field guide. And I'm going to go back to... And then we're going to zoom in on this. Alright, 62 is a steed spat. Alright, 112 is a handrail. 114 is ladder side. 211 is the corner pilot. 213 support bracket. 215 platform grating. 255 support safety valve assembly. 339 manway cover. 350 manway ring. 451 auto skid coating. Another picture. Alright, shows the 9/16 of an inch tank, the truck centers, overstrikes and coupled lengths, drip ledge, skid washout, top of the grating, the safety valve and the vent, quick opening fill hole, 2-inch discharge pipe, air connection, drip ledge, and your side B end over grabs. Alright, your capacity, normal capacity, estimated limit weight, railroad limited weight, 100 tons, 510, 16.25, sulfuric acid, 13,946 gallon capacity, non-insulated version 2. Alright, you have 32 is your eye bolt, 1112 is the handrail, 211 is the corner post, 213 support bracket, 215 platform grating, 263 safety vent assembly, 276 air connecting valve, 292 washing pipe, washout plug, 250 fluid manway nozzle, 377 8-inch fill hole cover, 406 wash nozzle figure, 453 pipe guide, 454 induction pipe, 458 pipe cap, 459 tilt tail pipe plug and chain, 460 street elbow, 464 anti-skid coating, 719 O-ring, 723 gasket. Loading and unloading arrangement for the top operation platform of sulfuric acid cars. Or your gallon insulated, non-insulated cars for high load hydrochloric acid service. Okay, here's your grade around the valve. 100 number 100 safety valve air connection, 2.5-inch discharge connection, quick open fill hole, dripper ledge, top grading, skid deep in some, in 110-inch and about 110 quarter-inch diameter, 7-inch tank, 3/16-inch rubber liner, truck center overstrikes and coupled lengths, overgrade B end of the car. All right, your loading unloading arrangement for the DOT 111A 100W5 welding fission 5 rubber line cars. 16 is a segmental washer. 32 is an eye bolt assembly. 141 is a sump. 161 is a supply safety chain. 261 is a safety vent housing. 262 is a safety vent nozzle. 339 is a manway cover plate. 350 is a fluid manway nozzle. 377 is a fill hole cover. 379 is an unloading pipe adapter. 380 is an unloading connector blind flange. 381 is a discharge pipe. 451 is a 451A is a air connection flange. 451B is a discharge pipe flange. 453 is a discharge pipe guide. Alright, your 6-inch bottom internal type at the bottom outlet arrangement and top internal guide. You have a hexagonal bolt, stud bolt, stuffing box, body, stuffing box, cover the outlet, nozzle extension, outlet, nozzle cover, operating rod polished, 155 post flange, 157 operating rod screw socket, 158 operating screws, 161 safety chain, 315 cotter pin, 372 seal pin through 459 pipe plug, 606 adapter flange, 694 outlet valve top of the guide, 723 gasket view valve seat Teflon, 727 packing material Teflon chevron. 728 packing gland and stainless steel. Alright, your 6-inch pot is the internal type of the jacketed bottom outlet arrangement top of the operated external guide. 3 is a hexagon note. 39 is a stud bolt. 84 is a stuffing box body. 85 is a stuffing box cover. 145 is a steam jacket outlet nozzle. 149 is an outlet nozzle cap. 154 is an operated rod. 155 is a post flange. 157 an operating rod socket. 158 operating screw. 160 outlet nozzle reducer. 161 safety chain. 315 cotter pin. 327 seal pin. 452 pipe nipple. 458 pipe cap. 459 pipe plug. 606 adapter flange. 694 outlet valve. 727 packaging material, and 728 packing gland. Or your bottom outlet with the skid protection. All right, you have your ball and your seals to the ball, and then around the body, underneath the tanker shell with a cast steel saddle, the shearing plane with a nozzle in the cap, and the lock pin for the handle in the opening position. Shaded area is the area illustration indicates the valve moving parts. Alright, an internal ball valve. Valve handled enclosed in position illustrated purpose. Alright, at the top you have your ball, your body, your seals, your tank shell, the steam cavity, a handle, a locking pin, a nozzle, and a jacketing and a cap. Or your Jamberry's posse seal bottom external butterfly type valve. Your typical bottom washout arrangements: washout plug with uncoated unaligned car, washout plug with a chemical coated car, welded enclosure plate, washout plug with a rubber lined car. Or your pressure relief valves. Your internal valves, starting at the left, going down the line. A, top guide. B, valve steam. C, O-rings. D, seal. E, body. F, mounting flange. G, gasket. H, spring. I, spring guide. And J, adjusting nut. To the left of your external valve, A cap. B, top nut. C, adjusting screw. D, top guide. E, seal. F, fowler. G, stem. H, spring. I, guide. J, plug O-ring. K, retainer. 11, seat O-ring. And M, plug and N, body. Alright, this shows the aligned exterior heating coil with the similar system connections at the bottom outlet. Alright, you have your bar support, steam jacket outlet, nozzle, cradle bar, your coil pipes, coil return bend, and piping cap. Or your 10-liter 2T serpent manifold half oval outside coil, posted in 1974. 102 is split slabbing. 279A is 8.5-inch oval outside coil. 279B 5 inches full half oval outside coil. 450 coil inlet nozzle. 452B coil outlet nozzle. 606 outlet flange adapter. Alright, Section 5, pressurized tank cars.